Today we're going to be learning about law of cosines. If we have one side that's like 24 inches and another side is about 15 inches and the third side is 20 inches. Okay? We're going to have to use a different equations, and today we're going to learn about law of cosines. So remember law of sines. We need a complete ratio to be able to use the law of sines, and we don't know any of the three angles within, so we cannot use law of sines. So we look at these three equations here to help us. And so if we want to find one of the angles, we have to label them. So we'll label A, this one will be B, and this one will be C. So let's say we want to find what angle A is. So we're going to use this equation here, the top one, because that one has the angle A. So we're going to use that one. All right. So we're going to check that one off, saying that we're going to use that one, and we're going to fill in the blanks. Well, keep in mind that little a is 15, little b is 24, little c is 20, because they're opposites of the angles, right? Angle A is this angle. This is little a, which is a side opposite to that angle, and vice versa for all the other ones. So to use this top one, I'm going to write a squared, which is 15 squared. So I'm going to write 15 squared is equal to b squared. B squared is 24, so I'm going to write 24 squared, okay, plus c squared, which is 20. 20 squared minus 2 times b times c. So b and c again is 24 and 20, and that's going to be the cosine of A. Okay, so we're going to use that. So now we use the calculator to assist us and see what we can do here with the calculator. We're going to enter 15 squared, and we can do piece by piece, there's no hurry. 225 is equal to 24 squared is 576. And then 20 squared is going to be what? 400. And then 2 times 24 times 20 is equal to 960. So I'm doing little by little. So now, in this case, I'm going to add these two together. 576 and 400 is 976. And then we solve for cosine of A. So we subtract 976 to both sides. So 225 minus 976 is negative 751. So it's negative 751 is equal to, these two cancel out. So you get negative 960 cosine of A. And then you divide through by negative 960 to both sides. So you're going to do that. We'll write it down right now, but we'll figure it out already. Negative 751 divided by a negative 960. That's going to be 0.7822, but you round it up to the 3. Okay, so let me just write that step here. Negative 751 divided by negative 960 is equal to cosine of A. Okay, now, so now you have, well, we entered this in the calculator and we got 0.788, no, not 788, let's see. We got 0.7823. And that's equal to what? That's equal to cosine of A, okay? And we're trying to find the angle. So whenever I told you when we were doing the law of sines, whenever we're trying to do, or we're trying to find the angle, use 4 decimal places. Now, take the reciprocal of cosine, which is, or the inverse of cosine is inverse cosine, inverse cosine. And we do this to get rid of the cosine. But we know that anytime we're finding an angle, we got to use an inverse of a function, of a trig function. So enter this in the calculator. Make sure that it's in degree mode. So you go mode, degree, and yes it is. And then I enter second cosine, 0.7823. Press enter. Angle A is equal to 38.53 degrees. Now, let's go back over here and summarize what we've done. I decided that I wanted to find angle A. So I used the top equation because that one has big A. And I plugged in all the values according to the equation. And then I used algebra skills to leave cosine A by itself. Then this portion here, which is a fraction, I entered in the calculator and I got a decimal. And I know that I'm trying to find the angle measure, so I need to use 4 decimal places to be a little bit more accurate. And then I figure out that this angle is 38.53 degrees. Now we need to find the other two. So you're going to continue this for only one more. So like if you want to find B, then you use this equation. And you plug in according to this equation, and you're going to do the same approach to find angle B as what we've done for angle A. Once you find that angle, to find the third angle, you use the sum and difference. In other words, the 3 interior angles of a triangle equal to 180, so you subtract 180 minus this, minus that will give you that answer. Okay? And that is how you use law of cosines.